Hi guys, hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Paweł Zdziech, I'm from 7N, and I'd like to tell you a few words. Why is it perhaps a good idea to know AngularJS nowadays? First, let me introduce myself. I'm an IT recruiter since 2005. I'm pretty sure that some of you might have been recruited or interviewed by me over the years, and I hope it ended well. I'm Recruitment Manager in 7N since 2011. There I lead a team of great IT recruiters. There are 9 of them. I'm pretty sure that with their IT knowledge, they're the best IT recruitment team in Poland. I also blog about recruitment, especially in IT sector. I do some surveys or some research from time to time among IT people. And I play football as a hobby. Actually, yesterday I scored the winning goal for 7N football team in our league game. So if there are any football agent in the audience, you're invited. The offers. Okay, enough about me. Let's turn to Angular. First, let's see how popular really Angular is. Is it as popular as people say it is? The best thing to check it first is Google, where Google actually is the place where everything can be checked, popularity of everything. So let's see the trends of popularity of particular frameworks and libraries. And clearly we can see that there is an immense disproportion between interest in Angular versus interest in other frameworks and libraries. On GitHub, the number of contributors, again, much bigger for Angular than for the remaining 3 frameworks and libraries. And on Stack Overflow, again, the number of questions asked regarding Angular, much, much higher than for the other frameworks and libraries. Although people who don't like Angular would say that it's because Angular users are the most clueless of all. They need to check everything on Stack Overflow. They don't know how to solve things by themselves. That wouldn't be true, probably. Okay, so we've seen that it is an immensely popular technology nowadays. Let's see how this popularity translates into salaries. Does it really pay to know Angular? Well, not necessarily in the US, where the average annual salaries for specialists with Angular and specialists with other frameworks are comparable. You can earn pretty much the same money, around $90,000, $100,000 a year. The same in the UK. Here in pounds, it's around 40,000, 50,000 pounds a year. Unfortunately, I do not have any data for Poland because we are not a very transparent country in terms of salaries offered in job adverts. My company is quite exceptional in these terms, but yeah, I do not have any reliable data I can share with you for Poland. But I guess that the situation would be the same. So, does it really pay to know Angular? Does it really matter whether you know this or that framework in terms of your professional prospects? Well, yes, it does. Just look at this. The number of job offers in the US and in Poland. Here in the US, these are job posts published on major American job boards and aggregated by Indeed.com service. And clearly there is a 10 times difference in the job offers for Angular, for people with Angular, and for specialists with the knowledge of the other frameworks and libraries. So although you earn pretty much the same in Angular and in other frameworks, but you are 10 times more likely to get a job in Angular versus in other frameworks. So Angular is the king of modern front-end technologies in terms of professional prospects that it offers. But let's remember that kings do not rule forever and they do not live forever. I'm a football fan. For those of you who may not recognize the guy, he's Diego Maradona, the king of football in the 80s, the world champion and the best player in the world at that time. But after he retired, he was more like a disappointment or embarrassment. When he became a national coach of Argentinian football team, he was a huge disaster. And now the football world has another hero, the guy on the right. His name is Lionel Messi. And yeah, in some time there will be another football hero. So from this little football example, you can see that heroes come and heroes go. And in front end, we do have some examples, some spectacular examples of technologies or frameworks that were once very popular or even dominating, but that they no longer are. Let's see what these were. Silverlight by Microsoft, Adobe Flash by Adobe, and GWT by the same company that stands behind Angular. So, although in each of these three cases there is a powerful company standing behind a technology, it didn't help much, and all these three technologies are in huge decline now in terms of job offers. So what will be the fate of Angular? What trajectory will it follow? Here we have the Gartner's hype cycle graph, and what it represents is how each technology goes through different phases of popularity, adoption, and maturity. And the most preferred trajectory is the red one, where at the end, after a few ups and downs, the technology reaches the plateau of productivity, where technology is mature, is stable, and is mainstream. I think Java or JavaScript are good examples of such technologies. The swamp of continued use are technologies that are still in use, but mostly because there are no alternatives. There are no better technologies to replace them. I think banking applications written many years ago in COBOL are good examples of this. There are millions of lines of code written in COBOL, and it's going to stay for some time. And the trash heap of failures are many technologies that basically failed or are being abandoned. I won't mention any names. I try to be nice guy. Okay, so where's Angular here? Where my personal guess is that it is probably up the slope of enlightenment, and if Angular 2 is as successful as its predecessor, I think Angular is maybe even reaching the plateau of productivity. So that's my guess. I may be wrong. I'm just a recruiter, so please do not do not take my word. Nobody's able to predict the future in 100%, so no one is able to tell you in which technology to invest, what to learn, what trend to follow. Even this guy wouldn't be able to tell you. He doesn't look like a guy who knew much about frameworks, but he knew quite a lot about education. He's Newton Baker, former US Secretary of War in early 20th century, and he once famously said that the man who graduates today and stops learning tomorrow is uneducated the day after. What it can mean in the context of IT is that you should be curious and you should be active. It doesn't necessarily mean that you should follow every trend, that you should learn every new framework that is released. But if you're curious and if you're active, you can be pretty sure that nothing really important will pass you by in technologies. whether it is Angular or any other cool thing today. And the fact that you are here at this conference is quite a good proof that you are curious and you are pretty active, so it's a good thing for you, I suppose. Okay, that was basically it from me. My time is running up, 15 seconds more. If you've got any questions, for example, if you'd like me to share some data with you that was interesting for you, please email me. Or even better, meet me at the 7N stand here at the conference. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope it was quite an interesting 10 minutes for you. And thank you for the organizers for having me here. And I wish you a great day during the rest of the conference. Thanks.